Well, everyone is feeling a mix of emotions. There's confusion, there's anger, there's grief, there's sadness, especially for Richard Archinwall, or as so many students have called him to me today, Coach A. In fact, everyone I spoke with said Coach A's advice and his impact could be felt far beyond the football field. A tiny football in a sea of flowers pays tribute to a man who students say had the biggest heart.
Coach A meant a lot to me, but he also meant a whole lot to other people on the team and even people in our school, because he used to just push us to be greater than what we were now.
Richard Archinwall, known simply as Coach A to students. Isaiah Hooks, a sophomore, says the loss of his mentor feels surreal.
It was just really, really rough, like just hearing about it, and then it's the next day after, so it's kind of just sinking in.
Hooks was among the dozens of students who paid tribute to the victims Thursday.
We really just didn't want to believe it, because that was somebody who we would have never expected for this to happen on any given day.
The memorial of flowers, accompanied by yellow and blue balloons, climbing their way up the school's flagpole. Former students like Kenny Rodriguez, who couldn't be there in person, say the loss could still be felt miles away.
In that moment, I was just, I couldn't believe it, you know? I was just shocked and in disbelief.
Rodriguez says he will always remember a man who poured into every student, and the lessons Coach A gave on and off the field will live on for years to come.
If he was into something, he was in it all the way.
And there have been so many similar stories I've heard from so many similar students, a lot of them sharing a lot of the same feelings. Excuse me. Just to hear some of the students, they're so young and they're just trying to process the emotions. You can imagine all the emotions that they're feeling, and it's hard not to sympathize with them. I spoke with one young girl, she's a freshman, and she literally said that it's so sad this happened, but she almost kind of expected it. And she hoped to return to normal, but she almost expected something like this to happen, and to hear the resignation in her voice was so heartbreaking. And I've heard so many heartbreaking stories from students today, but they're all just trying to take everything one day at a time so they can get back to some semblance of normal. At Apalachee High School, I'm Karis Belger, back to you.
Well, first of all, Karis, there is no need to apologize at all. You know, the one thing for us as journalists, when we come out to the field, you know, a lot of times you may think we're just jaded, just trying to get the story, just putting a microphone in front of someone's face. It is not that way, especially when you're dealing with kids and you're hearing their stories and you're hearing from the heart of these children. They're children, and also the parents as well. So, Karis, we totally understand it. We feel the same way as well.